So you cracked a pack of Wilds of Eldraine and opened up this new ditty, which is all the rage these days, especially if you're a Modern Yawgmoth or Hardened Scales player. This 2-mana legendary artifact has crazy combo potential, which I'm going to show you today. Agatha's Soul Cauldron has the activated ability to tap and remove a card from a graveyard, and if that card happens to be a creature, you can put a +1/+1 counter on a creature you control. And then, any creature you control with a +1/+1 counter on it will gain all of the activated abilities of all cards exiled with the Cauldron. This card is crazy. Let me show you how to abuse it. We're going to start with the most basic combos and get more complicated as we progress. For combo 1, Yawgmoth is exiled under the Cauldron, and you have 2 Undying creatures in play, one of which has a +1/+1 counter on it. Using Yawgmoth's activated ability, you can sacrifice the other Undying creature at the cost of life to target the original Undying creature with a +1/+1 counter. Undying will trigger and a creature will come back with a +1/+1 counter, and the counter will be removed from the other Undying creature. You'll draw a card each time you perform this loop at the cost of 1 life. Combo 2 involves the exact same setup as Combo 1 with 1 extra piece. The addition of Blood Artist to the original loop still allows you to draw cards, but will drain your opponent for 1 life every time one of your creatures dies, while you remain at the same life total. The outcome? You win the game. Alright, you already knew about those, now let's kick it up a notch with a new cast of characters. Walking Ballista is exiled under the Cauldron, and you have a Yawgmoth and an Undier in play. You can remove the +1/+1 counter from the Undier to activate Walking Ballista's ping ability, targeting your opponent. You then sacrifice the Undying creature to Yawgmoth's ability to reset it in play with a new +1/+1 counter. You can repeat this process as many times as you have life and draw a card each time. Combo number 4 involves a second card exiled under the Cauldron. In addition to the Walking Ballista, Grist is now exiled. And you have 1 Undying creature in play with a +1/+1 counter on it. You can use Grist's +1 ability to make an insect, and then ping the Undying creature with Walking Ballista's ability. This will act as a reset, allowing to use Grist's ability over and over and over again. The outcome? You can make as many insects as you see fit. Now let's say you've achieved combo number 4, but you have a Chord of Calling in your hand. After you've made 4 insects, you can convoke your insects and Undying creature to find a Blood Artist. Once Blood Artist is in play, repetitively ping your Undying creature to deal infinite damage and gain infinite life. And much like Combo 5, if Ballista is exiled and you already have an Undying creature and Blood Artist in play, Grist is completely unnecessary. Repetitively ping your Undying creature with Ballista's ability to win the game. These next 2 combos incorporate a new card in exile. Along with Walking Ballista, you also need a Wall of Roots under the Cauldron and an Undying creature in play. Remove a -0/-1 counter from your Undying creature using a Wall of Roots ability, and then ping your opponent for 1 with Ballista's ability. Undying will trigger, your creature will come back, and you can do this infinite times. And for combo 8, if you have a Spike Feeder exiled under the Cauldron instead of a Walking Ballista, by removing the +1/+1 counter from your Undying creature, you will now gain infinite life instead. And for the grand finale, you have Walking Ballista and a Mana Dork exiled, and Strangleroot Geist in play. You'll add a mana with your Strangleroot and then ping it with the Ballista's ability. Undying will trigger and the Geist will reset in play. Repeat this process infinite times and then use Ballista's second ability to add infinite +1/+1 counters to the Geist and then ping your opponent dead. As you can see, the possibilities are near endless with this crazy new card. Have you gotten your copies yet?